I feel like I just went on a huge tangent about Netflix movies and physical media that I was not intending to do. Hi guys, Kidju64 here, and today we're talking about physical media, more particularly the physical media releases for the month of June in 2023. And it's been quite some time since I've done one of these release videos. For various reasons, I decided to go ahead and stop doing them, but I wanted to do them for this month in particular because there's so many movies coming out. I was like, you know what? With heavy hitters like Avatar and John Wick, I did separate videos on those, and while I will cover them in this video, I will link the full videos at the end here. But there's so many other movies coming out, some things that are coming to 4K for the first time, some Steelbooks coming out, and a lot of other stuff that I kind of wanted to talk about. So I was like, you know what, let me just do a whole video here. So these are just my picks. I'm not going to go over everything releasing in the month of June. These are some of the things I found interesting and that I think you guys might find interesting as well. So let's just go ahead and jump into the video. First thing up, we got Lord of War Steelbook. Now, this is one of the Lionsgate releases, so it's got one of the slip covers. It's similar to the Total Recall here. You see where it's got the slip, which is good because it protects the Steelbook plus gives added dimension. It removes the title from it in this case. With Lord of War, you get sunglasses and then no sunglasses, so... And this is on 4K. Now, I thought I owned Lord of War on my shelf back there, but I can't find it. So it's probably one of those I lent out and never got back.
Shoplifter!
This Steelbook on 4K is only $22. I think that's very reasonable for this, and this is probably one I'm going to pick up. Another Steelbook coming out is National Lampoon's Vacation, and this is coming to 4K as well. This is part of Warner Brothers' 100-year anniversary releases. I like the art, obviously. I'm pretty sure it's Drew Struzan, if I'm not mistaken. They're wanting $34 for it. This is the Steelbook. Now, I think $34 is very, very high for an old movie that's getting a 4K release. For instance, the new John Wick 4 Steelbook, I think, is $35. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy that they're wanting the same price for a new release Steelbook. I'm not sure how well it's going to sell. I do really love National Lampoon's Vacation. It's one of the best comedies of all time, in my opinion. I actually just recently went back and watched it a few months ago, and I was just like, man, this still holds up. It's so good. My favorite part, I always die laughing, is when he punches Marty Moose in the face. As far as some new releases, The Covenant is coming out, and it's only getting a Blu-ray release. There's no 4K release of this one, which I'm kind of surprised a little bit about, but one thing I've noticed with some of the movies coming out this month, and a trend with movies coming out, is their smaller movies are not getting 4K releases. They seem to only be putting them out on Blu-ray. Now, this is a Jake Gyllenhaal movie. I saw the trailer for this last month, and I thought it looked pretty good. I feel like this one was probably rushed out on physical media. I don't think it did too hot in theaters. But it looks pretty interesting. I'd like to check this one out. You also got Big George Foreman coming out. Again, this is just a Blu-ray. They don't have a 4K announced, at least at this point. This is another movie that didn't do too hot in theaters, and they're only doing a Blu-ray release for the movie. Pope's Exorcist, which starred Russell Crowe. He plays a priest. I heard some pretty good things about the movie. And by good things, I mean at least not bad things, like an average to good movie, as far as if these are the types of movies you like. It's not necessarily my type of movie, so I probably won't be picking it up. But again, as far as I can tell right now, it looks like they're only doing a Blu-ray, no 4K. They're asking $20, so Pope's Exorcist is coming out. And then you also got Man from Toronto coming out on Blu-ray. They went $22 for this one. Now, The Man from Toronto was a Woody Harrelson, Kevin Hart movie, and it was a Netflix movie. It was originally released on Netflix. I think they originally listed it as a Netflix original movie. No 4K for this one, but I'm kind of surprised they're putting it out on physical media. Now, everything I heard about this movie was negative. I don't talk to anybody who liked this movie. I think it's weird that they're releasing a potentially a Netflix original movie out on physical media. Are they trying to feel the physical media collectors are they trying to squeeze some more money out of this movie? I have no idea if this is supposed to be like feelers out there for if physical media collectors would buy Netflix originals on physical media. This is probably not the best movie to test that with. I think there are shows and movies on Netflix that people would buy, which you've seen something like The Irishman, which I think had a Criterion collection. Very good movie. It had a physical media release, but it was like a premium format release. So, I mean, Stranger Things, they released season 1 and 2 on Blu-ray and VHS boxes. I got both of those back there, but they didn't release season 3 and 4. So I don't know, like something like Lost in Space, the Netflix original show, Lost in Space. I like it. I would like to buy it. They only released the first season on DVD, didn't even get a Blu-ray release, and they never released the other seasons. So I feel like I just went on a huge tangent about Netflix movies and physical media that I was not intending to do. So let's just go ahead and move on. Okay, another new release coming out is Evil Dead Rise, and this is getting a Blu-ray as well as a 4K. This is a sequel to Evil Dead movie. I haven't seen the movie, but somebody did tell me some of the stuff about Evil Dead Rise. Again, seemed like people generally kind of liked it. Another movie coming out is Renfield, which is the Nicolas Cage vampire movie. It's coming to Blu-ray. As far as what I can tell right now, there's no 4K listed as of making this video. I would like to check this out. I like Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage as a vampire sounds like a lot of fun to me. However, this movie stars Awkwafina, and I can't stand Awkwafina. I don't think she's funny. Unfortunately, I did hear a review that said Awkwafina has as much screen time as Nicolas Cage in this movie, and I think that makes me not want to, it certainly makes me not want to buy it. Maybe I'll give the movie a shot at some point. If anybody's out there has seen Renfield, let me know. The reviews I've seen have basically said Nicolas Cage stuff is pretty fun, but the Awkwafina stuff is a dud, which is not too surprising. I'll just stick with Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That was a really good Nicolas Cage movie. Check that one out if you haven't. That's all you have to do! I'd also like to talk about Disney's 100-year Steelbook releases. Now, I'm not a fan of these designs at all. I actually, when these were first announced, I think at the beginning of the year, I wanted to do a video talking about it. But since I don't like it, that video would have been extremely negative, right? And I'm not averse to doing those, but at the time, I just didn't want to do a video where I just basically say these designs suck. I'm not a fan of these designs. I don't like it. You have three movies coming out with this Steelbook. You have Toy Story, amazing classic. Obviously, I already have a Steelbook right back there on the shelf. And then Cars is coming out, which I think has a lot of charm. I really like that movie. I think it gets crapped on a lot, but if people went back and checked it now and compared it to some of the more recent Pixar movies, I think they'd like it a lot more. Although it is basically it's literally just Doc Hollywood with Michael J. Fox. If you've never seen Doc Hollywood with Michael J. Fox, watch that movie and then watch Cars and you'll see they're the exact same movie. And then Coco's also coming out. And to me, Coco was the last great Pixar movie to come out. Looking at the list of Pixar movies after Coco, I mean, there are some that are I would say are average to good, but mostly just misfires in my opinion. Soul I thought was okay, but regardless, yeah, Coco is really good, and I actually don't own it. I would like to get it, except for I don't like the design on the Steelbook, so all right, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. This one I'm actually kind of surprised about. Project Alf is getting a Blu-ray, and I was amazed by this. The amazement level for me for this was the same amazement I had when Mac and Me got a Blu-ray release, because I thought I was the only one who even remembered Project Alf exists, right? For those who don't know, when the original series Alf ended, it ended on a cliffhanger. Alf got captured by the government, and you never saw what happened to him. The show got canceled. Then some time went by, and they did a TV movie that wrapped up what happened, right? And that movie was called Project Elf, and I actually have the DVD right here. It's been out of print for a very long time. And so I would, matter of fact, if you went and tried to buy this on DVD a couple months ago, it would run you about $20 to $30, and that's for a DVD. So, is the movie great? I wouldn't say that necessarily, but it's fun, and it's a made-for-TV movie, so I don't go into it with super high expectations. But I am amazed that this is getting a Blu-ray release. Now, this is in full screen format, so I'm wondering if the Blu-ray is just going to be in full screen format. I mean, it's got to be, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just amazed by this. I will say that the cover for the DVD is far better than the one that they have going for the Blu-ray right now. But anyway, I was really excited just to talk about Alf in a video. So yeah, Project Alf is getting a Blu-ray release. Amazing. And as I said earlier, there's a lot of things coming to 4K for the first time ever. You got Clear and Present Danger finally getting the 4K. I think this was the last one of the Jack Ryan set to get the 4K release. I've started getting a few of them. I have a Hunt for Red October as well as Some of All Fears here. And I do like that they have some consistency with the box formatting. If you compare them, you know, obviously Some of All Fears and both of these have the same design as A Clear and Present Danger, what they're going for there. So I think that's cool. You also got Rain Man coming to 4K for the first time. Obviously a classic there. You've got Ronin getting a 4K release. Some Tom Cruise movies. You got Vanilla Sky getting a 4K release. And yeah, I'm not a super fan of that movie, but you know, The Firm is also coming out. So yeah, there's so many things coming to 4K for the first time. You also got The Manchurian Candidate, the original one, not the Denzel Washington one. Although I have to say, I like the Denzel Washington one more, but I have appreciation for the original one. That was from 1962. So that one's coming to 4K as well. Mallrats is getting a 4K release as well. This is an Arrow release. Now, Arrow released the Blu-ray, if I'm not mistaken, last year, I think. I already had a Blu-ray, not the Arrow release, but I had a basic Blu-ray here. I mean, I was a Kevin Smith fan. I just don't like his more recent stuff. I don't like what he did with He-Man. I didn't like Clerks 3. I actually despised Clerks 3, and I'm a huge fan of Clerks 1 and 2. So, but I think Mallrats is a pretty good movie. It's $35 for this 4K Arrow release. I do like the box art for it as well, but that's coming out. You also got some Steelbooks coming out. Mission Impossible is getting individual Steelbook releases on 4K. You're going to get Mission Impossible 1, which is pretty good. And then Mission Impossible 2, which is not as good. It's the weakest in the series. I think most people would agree with that. It's not that great. But both of those are coming out in the month of June. And then you have 3, 4, 5, and 6 all coming out next month. So if you want individual releases of Mission Impossible on 4K, they're all getting Steelbooks. I think it's interesting that they're releasing these individually as a Steelbook, as Steelbooks, instead of trying to sell a Steelbook set. But it's pretty cool. I do think it's kind of high. They went $28 a piece for these. Now, I already have a Mission Impossible 4K set on my shelf back there. So, I mean, this isn't something that I'm going to spend money on, but I do like the designs of the Steelbooks. I think they're pretty cool. Some TV shows. We got Tales from the Walking Dead. The first season is coming out on Blu-ray. It's $18. I used to be a big Walking Dead fan until, season 6? I think I lasted till season 6 and I just gave up on the show. But I actually did see one of these episodes, Tales of the Walking Dead. It was a Terry Crews episode. It was the one I think they had it on YouTube for free or something like that at one point. And it was kind of good. I mean, basically, I think this is like 6 or 8 episodes, and they're all individual stories within the world of the Walking Dead. So that's pretty cool. I think $18 is pretty reasonable, but I haven't watched any of the other episodes. But like I said, the Terry Crews one was all right. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is getting a 4K release. I think it's kind of weird because they released the Blu-ray not that long ago, just a few months ago. I'm not really sure why the 4K was delayed a couple months, or if that was on purpose, but the new season's about to start, so I guess they wanted to go ahead and put it on 4K. As far as Star Trek Strange New Worlds, obviously I'm a big Star Trek fan. I talk about it a lot on this channel. Other than physical media, I think it's the second most thing I talk about. I have mixed feelings on Strange New Worlds. There are some things I like, some things I don't like, and we'll just leave it at that. I won't go off on a tangent about it. Another TV show coming out is Tulsa King, which I have seen the first season, and they have a regular box for $28, which is, I think, a little bit pricey. It's 10 episodes. And a Steelbook for $35. I don't know. I just think that the prices are kind of high for a 10 episode show. That's just me personally. I did like the show. I particularly like the first half of the season better than the second half. I think it kind of fell off just a little bit. But maybe I should go back and rewatch it all at once because I was watching it weekly as that was coming out. It's certainly worth a watch, but I'm interested to see what they do with the next season. And I'm not going to lie, I'm tacking this part onto the video because Super Mario Brothers movie did actually end up dropping today on the 6th. Now, there's a whole lot of issues with things not being up that are up for pre-order that are coming out next week, and there were some things in stores that dropped today, and it's just been completely crazy. So I'm going to have to do a whole separate video talking about this, but I am tacking this part onto this video filmed after the fact. So let's go ahead and look at the basic DVD, which is $20. Then you have the basic Blu-ray, which at Best Buy is $27 and Walmart is at $25. Then you have the basic 4K, which at Walmart is $30. So all the basic releases are standard as far as the pricing on it. Best Buy has their 4K Steelbook, which is $37. I think this Steelbook is pretty bad looking, honestly. It's just boring, to be honest. Then there's the Walmart gift set, which is just a Blu-ray DVD. It does not include the 4K. It's $33, but it looks like it'd be a pretty cool set. But again, no 4K included if this is the one you go with. And then there's the Target lenticular Blu-ray for $27. So it's $2 more than the standard Blu-ray. And it includes a DVD, and it is the one that I got here. I got it this afternoon, and yeah, I can't believe they had it in stock. It's so they really screwed up this release. Again, I'm going to have to talk some more about it. But for anybody curious, the lenticular, it looks okay. I wouldn't say it's a top tier lenticular, but it's not bad. And just FYI, the lenticular is a slip, and then on the inside, it's got the basic cover there. But as I said, I'm probably going to do a separate video talking about the Super Mario Brothers movie release, because this is the weirdest release that I've ever seen in the way that this thing was handled. So we'll go and talk about that later. But let's go ahead and get back to this video. That kind of brings us to the heavy hitters for the month, which is John Wick and Avatar. I've done their individual videos for both of those releases where I go more into depth on pricing and a lot of my thoughts and everything in separate videos. I'll link both of those videos at the end title screen, so stay tuned at the end of this video and I'll have both of those linked if you want more stuff. So I'm just going to overview here. So here's the standard Blu-ray, and it's all right. Standard 4K, I think I'd like the design a little bit more. Here's the Best Buy Steelbook, which they're only asking $32 for. I think it's pretty reasonable. I'm not a big fan of the box art personally. There was an Amazon exclusive, which I talked about in my other video. It's already sold out as far as pre-orders on Amazon as of filming this video. There's a Target exclusive, which is just a Blu-ray only. And then there's a Walmart Steelbook that's also just a Blu-ray only. Moving on to Avatar: The Way of Water. Here is the basic Blu-ray. It's going for about $25. You got the basic 4K, which obviously includes the Blu-ray. I'm not a huge fan of this art here. Then here is the Best Buy Steelbook, and they want $39 for it, almost $40. So I think that is way overpriced. We're also getting a Blu-ray 3D, which I was pretty excited about. And the Target release, which just has a sticker. It's so lame. And then there's a Walmart lenticular that they're asking $30 for, which is the same price as a regular 4K. It's a pretty good deal. And we're also getting Avatar 1 coming to 4K for the first time ever. So we'll cap off this video talking about Avatar 1. Is it worth an upgrade from Blu-ray to 4K? Probably. It is that type of movie. I think this set definitely would have benefited from including a Blu-ray 3D in it. If it had the 4K as well as the Blu-ray 3D, I would be buying this. I do really like the art here. I think this is solid. I actually think this has the best art out of any of these Avatar releases I was just talking about. But yeah, so those are the releases for the month of June. As I said, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about, so much so that I ended up making just separate videos for John Wick and Avatar, because it just would have made this video 40 minutes long. So it was fun kind of doing one of these physical media monthly releases again. As I said, I used to do them every month, but I haven't done one in quite some time. I don't think that will become a regular necessarily again, unless you guys really want them. I don't know. What do you guys think? What out of the stuff I talked about are you guys going to pick up? Or is there some stuff that I didn't talk about that is coming out that you guys are going to pick up? Comment and let me know. I'm always interested to hear what you guys think. Again, stay tuned to the end where I have the links for the full videos of John Wick and my Avatar videos. I want to thank everybody for sticking around on this video. Thank you, subscribers. All of you are awesome. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Do all the YouTube stuff or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm Geechu64, and I always tell you the truth.